This is the Daily Roundup on the EAC Cambodia channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. Making headlines tonight. Urgent contact tracing underway in Rasai Kiao and Kandal after the first community cases of the Delta variant are detected in the capital. Thousands of parents and children flocked to vaccination sites on the second day of the child vaccination campaign. And two rare tigers who became infected with COVID-19 at a zoo in Jakarta are on the mend. A new community case of the dreaded Delta variant has been detected in Phnom Penh. A woman living in Rasai Kiao has been found to have been living with the variant. While it's not known exactly how long she's been positive, she did visit her hometown in Kandal last weekend. Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, Hun Manet, released details of the case to the media this morning. Urgent contact tracing is underway for the family and their friends. On Sunday night, the Health Ministry announced another 5 Delta cases, one of them a Malaysian national, the others in migrant workers from Thailand undergoing treatment at the Sen Sok Medical Centre. The other cases were a healthcare worker at Kalmet Gynecology Hospital and a sanitation worker. The cases were among a total of 109 new Delta cases found in the country. These are in addition to the 114 Delta cases detected in the country as at the 27th of July. Phnom Penh is now the 5th province in the country to have Delta variant cases after Odar Manshe, Preah Vihear, Siem Reap and Kampong Tom. The Delta cases have been detected just as the Prime Minister announced the immediate rollout of booster shots for those who have been inoculated with Sinopharm or Sinovac. Frontline workers, government officials and the media are to receive booster shots of AstraZeneca vaccine. The 332,000 doses recently delivered by Japan are being used for this. The UK will be delivering 415,000 more doses on Wednesday. Officials have been instructed by the Prime Minister to urgently secure more. Also overnight, the balance of 609,600 doses of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine arrived from the United States through the COVAX initiative. Those doses are to be used for frontline healthcare workers along the border, as well as for ethnic communities in Mondulkiri, Krachi and Ratnakiri. Thousands of children and their parents have been turning up at vaccination sites in Phnom Penh, Kandal, Koh Kong and Preah Sihanouk on the second day of child vaccinations. Those in Phnom Penh told EAC News that they were excited to be getting shots, as it could mean they're soon back at school. EAC News reporter Reo Soko went along to the Kilometre 9 Health Centre in Rasai Kiao.
Schools have been closed for over 5 months now. Children have been waiting to get back to in-person classes, saying they're tired of just sitting at home, watching a computer or mobile phone screens for online teaching. Apart from bad internet connections, they have also complained that power outages have only made a bad experience worse. 13-year-old Sukalina says that she misses her classmates as well. She prefers learning in person.
The internet and the Wi-Fi is always low and stuff, and it's like the house, the electricity always go out and stuff. That's always happen.
She told us she learns more in person rather than online, a sentiment shared by 13-year-old Kosni.
After I got vaccinated, I feel normal, no pain. My parents want me to get vaccinated and I want it too. I want it because I want to go back to school.
He is now happy and confident after getting his first dose. His father, Askari, is proud that his son had the courage to get vaccinated after explaining to him about the importance of vaccinations and getting back to school.
We obeyed the government's vaccination campaign against COVID-19. We adults already got vaccinated, and we feel that it's more important for our children to get vaccinated too, so the risk of getting infected is lower compared to not getting any vaccination. As a family, we prioritize our health, and it's giving a chance to our children to join different activities in the community, as well as to be able to go back to school.
60-year-old grandmother Ngetso Piap told EAC News that she can finally go to sleep tonight. She says that after hearing about the child vaccination campaign, she was so excited she couldn't sleep.
I had a hard time falling asleep last night. I was waiting for the sun to rise so I and my grandchild can go to the vaccination site. I have 3 grandchildren. 2 were already vaccinated on Sunday, and today I brought my 3rd grandchild for vaccination. I want all my grandchildren to be vaccinated against COVID-19 to prevent them from getting infected.
All vaccination sites in Phnom Penh are reporting a positive response from parents, guardians, and children. It's the same story in Kandal, Priya Sihanouk, and Kokong.
These children who got their first dose of COVID-19 vaccine all have the same wish. They are all excited to go back to school. Parents who brought their children for vaccination have encouraged others to do the same, so that the children in the kingdom will have no fear in going back to physical class. Rhea Soko, EAC News, Phnom Penh.
For 4 straight days now, Cambodia has reported more COVID-19 recoveries than new cases. Over the past 24 hours, 763 patients were discharged, way higher than the 560 new cases, which is also one of the lowest daily case counts in weeks. 169 of those cases are imported. Since Friday, the Ministry of Health has been showing lower COVID-19 cases when compared to the number of recoveries. The country's total recoveries have now reached 71,517. The total number of COVID-19 cases has reached 78,474. 22 deaths have been reported since Sunday, though, taking the country's total number of COVID-19 related fatalities to 1,442. Minister of Foreign Affairs Prak Sokhonn will co-chair the second Mekong-US partnership meeting tomorrow with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. The online meeting will also be attended by the foreign ministers of Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam, as well as the Secretary General of ASEAN. The meeting will review the progress of cooperation since the first Mekong-US partnership meeting that was held last September, also virtually. It will also map a way forward in the context of COVID-19. The meeting comes amid a cooling of tensions between Phnom Penh and Washington. On Friday, as the first ever donation of COVID-19 vaccines from the US arrived at Phnom Penh International Airport, the Prime Minister expressed his deep appreciation to the government and people of the United States. He described the US as a friendly country, along with China, Japan, and the UK, who have all pledged donations of COVID-19 vaccines or have already delivered. In turn, the US Embassy's charge d'affaires said the vaccines were not designed to curry favor, but were part of the US's ongoing support of the Cambodian people. The balance of its vaccine donation, just over 600,000 doses of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine, arrived at Phnom Penh International Airport in the early hours of Monday morning. Well, let's take a look now at news making international headlines this Monday, the 2nd of August. Myanmar's military ruler Min Aung Hlaing has again promised new multi-party elections and says his government is ready to work with any special envoy named by ASEAN. That envoy is expected to be named tomorrow after a meeting of ASEAN foreign ministers. Min spoke in a televised address exactly 6 months after the army seized power from the civilian government following a disputed election won by the party of Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi. The army accused her party of fraud, although that claim was dismissed by the country's electoral commission. A 23-year-old woman in Turkey is lucky to be alive after being swept away by a flash flood. Villagers raised the alarm as they saw her being swept off her feet as she tried to look for her 10-year-old brother. She was found at the last minute, covered in mud and struggling to breathe. She was then reunited with her young brother. While the flash floods destroyed several homes in the village, no one was injured. Elsewhere in Turkey, wildfires are creeping ever closer to resorts, with this amateur footage captured behind the Mirage Hotel. About an hour later, residents and tourists had to be evacuated. The fires have already claimed the lives of at least 6 people in the towns of Manavgat and Marmaris. In Bodrum, hotel staff and locals were evacuated by boat directly from the beach. Officials say most of the 100 blazes that have torn through coastal forests in the past 5 days have been contained. Day 10 of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I'll have all the details for you after the break. EAC News fully supports the Royal Government of Cambodia's preventative and administrative measures against COVID-19. But we need you to play your part in helping bring the 20 February community transmission event to an end. Wash your hands regularly, sanitize wherever possible. Keep an eye on your body temperature. Use the Stop COVID QR code and maintain a safe social distance. But above all, please, 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 wear a mask. Only together can we beat COVID-19. EART's Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EART's Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EART's Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/eartscambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EART's Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website, www.eartscambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear. Day 10 of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, and the world has a new fastest man. Italy's Lamont Marcel Jacobs claimed a shock gold medal in the event with a time of 9.8 seconds, just 0.04 seconds ahead of American Fred Curley. World champion Christian Coleman and Trayvon Brommel, the world's fastest in 2021, were both absent from the final. The closure of the gymnastics and swimming events on Sunday helped China retake the top spot on the medals table with 24 golds and 51 medals in total. This week's athletics events will most probably help the US, though, currently sitting at second place with 20 golds and 60 medals in all. Host nation Japan is having one of its best Olympics ever, with 31 medals in all, 17 of them gold. But despite the host nation's successes and the fact that the Games are already in their final week, there are still calls to cancel them. About 100 protesters marched through the streets of Tokyo on Sunday. Many of them were carrying banners which read, "Cancel the Olympics." Residents are worried about the impact the Games will have on the already bad COVID-19 situation in the capital, which is already under a state of emergency. Tokyo Olympics organizers reported 18 new Games-related cases on Sunday, taking the total Games-linked number to 259. COVID-19 cases in Tokyo surged to a record high of 4,058 on Saturday. World number 3, Rafael Nadal, says he's ready to return to action for the first time in more than 6 weeks at the City Open in Washington, D.C. The Spaniard is looking to put his French Open semi-final defeat by Novak Djokovic behind him. Nadal last played at Roland Garros, where he was knocked out by eventual champion Djokovic on the 11th of June. It was only his 3rd loss on the Parisian clay, where he's won a record 13 titles. Nadal looks to be in good form as he took to the practice courts in Washington, D.C. After withdrawing from Wimbledon and the Tokyo Olympics, he had fans worried. But the 35-year-old says he took the decision in consultation with his team to ensure he can keep playing for as long as possible.
Yeah, of course, after Roland Garros, I needed some time off, some problems on my foot, and when I knew that I will have the chance, I will have to pull out, to not play Wimbledon and the Olympics. So I look at the calendar, and Washington was my next goal. No, and honestly, the tournament director, tournament owner have been very polite with me in every single moment. They show a lot of interest on me to play here in Washington. So I am very grateful for all of that, all their support. So I am here just to try my best, coming back to the action after a while. So the welcome from everybody here in Washington have been fantastic, and I'm practicing well. So let's see if I am able to be competitive since the beginning.
Nadal will be hoping to reach the final of the Washington tournament on Sunday, 8th August, as he looks to get his career back on track and chase Novak Djokovic for the coveted world number 1 spot. All right, let's take a look now at tomorrow's weather. And finally, we could all use some good news when it comes to COVID-19, so you'll be pleased to know that those 2 Sumatran tigers who came down with the virus at a zoo in Jakarta have made a full recovery. 9-year-old Tino and 12-year-old Hari tested positive in mid-July. They both started showing flu-like symptoms, had trouble breathing, and had lost their appetites. After testing for COVID-19, they were immediately placed on a treatment program and have already started bouncing back, being shown off to the Indonesian media on Sunday. It's still a mystery, though, as to how they became infected. None of their keepers or zoo staff have tested positive for coronavirus, but at least the zoo has not lost 2 of its star attractions. Thank you for watching the Daily Roundup here on the EARTS Cambodia channel. You'll get more breaking news and updates from our website. Head to www.e-artscambodia.com. You could also subscribe to our Telegram channel. Look for EAC News. More from the EAC News team tomorrow night at 8. I'll see you then.